Interview and Job Search Strategies at Work, episode 26. I'd like to talk to you today about how to start your own company, how to start your own business. You know, you have an idea or not, you just want to start something. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You just want to start one. You just want to fail. You want to learn, like, what does this mean to have my own company? You know, I want to go to the water cooler at work, or I want to be cool at school to have a company. Whatever it is. Here we go. Watch this. So, before you even get started, you need an address where you're going to mail the, where you're going to have the business at, right? It can either be your home address, if it's an LLC or a C Corp, or you can do a P.O. box at a UPS store, or not UPS store, the post office box. You know, everybody has a post office box in their town. You can have it there. So they're about $90 a year roughly, right? You can also have it at a UPS store, and they're quite a bit more. The benefit you get with the UPS store is when you have a company, let's say out of state, and you don't live in that state, and it's an LLC, you can have that mail delivered, your company mail delivered to the UPS store, mailbox, right? You own a mailbox there, whatever the mailbox is. Like it's like a PMB, whatever. Like your address would be like such and such street number, you know, PMB, blah blah blah, 123, whatever it is, and then the city and state. PMB is like stands for I believe it stands for private mailbox, I believe. Anyway, so for instance, you're in another state, you live in another state, but your address for your business is somewhere else. So you just call up a UPS store and say, hey, would you please forward my mail to me, you know, send me my mail to me, and they will happily do it for a fee. Usually they're like $300 a year for the mailbox, and like I said, a post office box in your city or a near city where you live at, that's probably like $90 to $100 depending on where it is. And that's the size, the smallest size, right? And you just check that every now and then, right? Or your home address, or your apartment, or whatever that you are at, or a relative's house, whatever. So that takes care of your mailbox, where it's going to be delivered to, where the mail from the business is going to be delivered to. So low end is $100, or sorry, low end is free. The high end is $300 a year. So the next thing is to start go to in your state. You can do this online. It's usually the Secretary of State's office, usually. What you do there is, you go there and you can just Google it, really. How do I start a company in my state, right? And they'll usually point you to a Secretary of State's website, you know, right? So usually, I know like in some states, it's $50 to start a company. So that's your LLC number. That's like a charter, called like a charter number, something like that. And so you have that. And for those who are playing at home, you're up to $350 now, the high end. $50 the low end, $350 the high end. That's what you're going to pay so far. Haven't done anything yet. So you got that. So you put your name, like, you know, who the business owner is, the name of the company, that's important. The address of the company, that's really important. And then you pay the $50. Usually online, you can pay online, you know. And so there you go. So the next step is to have your tax ID number. So the tax ID number doesn't come from the state. That comes from the federal. So you have a sales tax ID number, and then you have a federal tax ID number. So the sales tax ID number means you can sell goods and services in that state. You know, for like, well, prime example, people that sell computers. What happens is they buy it from a wholesaler, and then they put their tax ID number in when they buy it, meaning they don't pay taxes on the stuff that they buy from the wholesaler they pay taxes on the stuff they sell you. For instance, like if they sell it to you at, let's say they buy it from the wholesaler for $100, one computer, whatever it is, right? And they sell it to you for $200, but the tax is 8%. They're going to sell it to you for $216, right? Because it's 8%. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Yep, $218. It's 8%, right? Yeah. So they're going to have to pay taxes on it, right? So that's the sales tax ID number. Now the federal tax ID number, going back to that, the tax ID number from the federal, it's like a TIN or tax ID number. That one is free from the IRS.gov. Go in there, you just tell them what your business is, what the address is, and they'll generate a tax ID for you. That's how easy that is. So what are you up to now? We're up to $350 high end and $50 low end just to start your company. So that's it, really. The other thing you'll have to look out for, so if you have a tax ID or a sales tax ID, what will happen is the state will mail you quarterly, what do they call them? Vouchers? Not vouchers, but you're going to pay taxes quarterly because their thinking is you have a sales tax ID, so you're getting money. So, you need to pay the quarterly tax, right? And you can either tell them you're not paying tax, you're not selling anything, which most likely, you're not in some cases, which is fine, but you still have a tax ID number. You just haven't sold anything yet. And they understand that, right? So they get it. So you haven't sold anything yet, but you still have a sales tax ID number. So they're going to send you a form, and you just say, oh, I haven't sold anything yet. And they say, okay, you don't owe anything. Done. In that case, you can just say, hey, I don't sell anything, so just give, I'll give, or you can dissolve the tax ID number for the state, meaning you just get rid of it, right? And there's a form you fill out, right? Every state's different. So that's that there. So the next step is, right, you don't even need a company. You don't even need a website, really. You can go on Twitter, you can go on Facebook, and you can start your own company name, a group name, right? Or you can go to WordPress.com and get a free account. Just whatever your company's name. Let's say, for instance, your company's name is mysupercoolcompany.com. So you just go to WordPress and do mysupercompany.wordpress.com. There's your website, right? It's free. So you've spent nothing so far other than the $50 for those who are following at home, or up to $350. And for those who know my friend Dean, who is Chirp or Cheap, this will be perfect for him. So what have we gotten? So far we've got the company, have the LLC, we have the charter ID, we have the tax ID from the federal, we have the company name, we have the address set up where our mail is going to our company, we have our hosting taken care of, like how do people know about us, right? You can do Twitter, which is free. You can do, WordPress. If you want to make a logo for your site, right? There's a good website called Logo Maker. It's like LOGO MAKUR, I think, .com. Yeah. So the other thing you can do is probably pretty cool, right? Is go to Gmail and sign up for Gmail, because Gmail, you'll get two things free. You'll get a YouTube account, like you can get a YouTube account, like YouTube or like say, what do we say, my awesome website, or my awesome, what did I say, whatever it was, .com. You could just do a logo, a YouTube channel of your company. That's free. You get free advertising. You also get like a blogspot URL. So whatever your myawesomecompany.blogspot.com, let's say, you have that instead of your WordPress. The other thing is Google will help you search. They'll do the work for you, right? You just have to put the data out there and somebody's going to find you. That's what Google does. They help people find you. So Google's huge. They're everywhere in the world. So just put your data out there. So the other thing is, like, you don't have anything, right? You think, oh, I don't have anything to give. You probably do. Whatever your company is, like whatever your idea really is that you want to do, just start making something. And make a video about it, right? And then just tweet about it, do a Twitter post, just put on social media, Instagram, for example. Those are the two that come to mind right now. And just start building content. The other thing is, since we're on Anchor right now, I'm talking to you, Anchor, set up an Anchor podcast for yourself, your company, so that you're known. I mean, just start creating content. You can start doing this when you're in high school or whatever age, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, 100 years old. Doesn't matter. You can start doing it. You're not, I mean, everybody probably wants some quick fix or whatever. It doesn't work that way. It never does. It never is going to work quick fix. It never does. But if you just start, every day, just more data. Because what happens is this: if you do it perfect one time, what if you didn't learn anything? And you're gonna if most people quit after the one, oh, it's dry, I quit. Okay, I quit. Well, guess what? There's 7 billion people in the world out there. Somebody's gonna like somebody's going to like what you have. Somebody's going to pay for it. Somebody's going to do it. It's going to say, oh, I like your product. Your personality really comes out. And if you don't do anything like that, you don't let them know, they aren't going to know who you are. If you don't tell people about your company, no one knows who you are. And they're not going to buy from you. And, they're not going to, I mean, 100 different things you can think of, right? Local mom and pop shops, just tell them about your company. Start talking about yourself. No one's going to sell you unless you sell yourself, right? So, those are just some, some good tips about starting a company and how you can do things like that. So, right. So, okay, well, thanks everybody for viewing this podcast, and have a great day.